Good morning, students. Let's start. Today we'll go with the third chapter. Some of the textbook it has second chapter, Nationalism in India. Before starting this chapter, just look after the point why the non-cooperation movement was withdrawn. See children, the previous video also we discussed about it. Very successfully the non-cooperation movement was going on, which is merged with the Khilafat movement and renamed with the non-cooperation Khilafat movement. We have seen that this movement became violent in some of the places. The February 1922, when in Chauri Chaura, Uttar Pradesh, people turned violent and set a fire to a police station. Near about 22 people, men, were killed in this incident, and that's why Gandhiji was against violence, we know it. He realized it that if we really wanted to go with any movement, the movement should go with the two methods, that is Satyagraha and non-violence method. But as this incident took place in the February 1922 with the violence work, Gandhiji decided to withdraw of the non-cooperation movement and will run the another movement against the colonial by the process of Satyagraha and non-violence. Now, when this movement was going on, when this withdrawal was going on, now Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das was they were very fed up of this, that mass struggle should not be there. They were wanted to take the advantage of Government Indian Act of 1990. Now, the Swaraj Party and the Congress Khilafat Swaraj Party was set by Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das in 1923. They were literally tired of mass struggle. They wanted to participate in the election and to be the provisional council that had been set up by the Government Indian Act of 1990. Children, this is the act when the Indian peoples were allowed to be the part of election, to be the part of parliament. So they felt that it was important to oppose the British policy. If really wanted to oppose it, the British policy, it is better to be the part of the council. They argue for reform, and they also demonstrated that the council was not truly democratic if Indian peoples will not be there. So they wanted to keep the anti-British spirits of the people alive since the non-cooperation movement was suspended. Maybe the people were disappointed that the non-cooperation movement was withdrawn, but these two, Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das, wanted to burn up the same candlelight that the anti-colonial movement will be run up again, should not leave or disappointed with the decision of withdrawal of non-cooperation movement. Just to remember you all, just keep it in your mind, 1919 Indian Council Act is also called as Montagu-Chelmsford reforms, because he is the one who introduced this Indian Council Act in the 1919. This is also called as Bharat Sarkar Adhiniyam 1919. I told you this is also called as Montagu-Chelmsford Reform 1919. Children, now when it is given that the Indian people will be there in the parliament, so here the new commission which is set up by the Britishers, this commission was there that those who are going to frame our Indian constitution. Now when they are going to frame our Indian constitution, so people, we are expecting that the Indian people should be there. But when this statutory commission set up by the Britishers under the leadership of Sir John Simon, it was asked to study the constitutional system in India and suggest the changes. Sir John Simon, he visited to India, but as the Indian people came to know about that, in this Simon Commission, Indian peoples are not there. All members of the commissions were Englishmen and there was no Indian in it. So they realized that this is not the one we will, through this process, we won't be able to form our Swaraj. We won't be able to form our Indian. If we will again support to this Simon Commission and we will support to the Britishers. So they opposed Simon Commission by this word, by this Indian uninvited guest Simon go back was raised voice by all the Indian peoples. They were not supporting. Let's start the civil disobedience movement. Children, just make it one difference between the non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement. Non-cooperation movement, in that regard, we will not cooperate to British rule. But here, the new movement which was started under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, that is the civil disobedience. It means that the people will not obey the British rules, policies and programs. Civil disobedience movement, just look it after and just now only learn in your mind. Civil disobedience is the active, professed and refusal to obey certain laws, demand and commands of government or of an occupying international power. Civil disobedience is a symbolic and ritualistic violation of the law rather than a rejection of the system as a whole. As some of the laws were there which was passed by British, we were strongly opposing disobeying the law which was passed by the Britishers. Many political leaders suggested the idea of fighting the Britishers from within the Legislative Council. As I told you, C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru, they formed Swaraj Party in 1922. Under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose pressed for a more radical agitation, and they wanted that the Swaraj Party should be there, the party which will be work only for India's independence. We will look after the other reasons for civil disobedience movement. Why we were moved towards the civil disobedience movement, that is the two reasons were there. The one, Simon Commission 1927, which disappointed the Indian peoples as it was given the right to the Indian peoples to be the being of council members, but it was not given in the chance under the Sir John Simon Commission, so the people were aggressive. Second, the condition in 1929 which created economical crisis. Here the people protesting during the Great Economic Depression and this civil disobedience movements run up. The Great Depression, just I wanted to let you what happened during this period. The depression had deep impact on agriculture and industrial goods. Here we will see that because of this the poverty increased, and by 1930 due to high taxes the problem arises in India, economic crisis. Simon Commission, the Indian members of Central Legislative Assembly exposed some drawbacks in Government of Indian Act of 1919. As a result of it, Simon Commission was appointed in 1927. As I told you why this is very important to understand that why in Simon Commission Indian peoples were not there. They look after the Central Legislative Assembly and they have seen that the Indian peoples were trying to object and interfering in the decision of Britishers. So because of that, the Simon Commission, when it was framed in 1927, they realized that we should have to go with this without the Indian peoples. This commission consisted of 7 members and the chairperson was Sir John Simon. But as I told you, Indian boycotted it as there were no Indian members in it. Moreover, there was no indication of Swaraj also, which was the first party of Indians, which this commission arrived in 1928 and it was met with demonstration with banner Simon Commission go back, as Indian peoples are not welcomed in this. Simon go back. After that we will look after the Lahore Congress of 1929. Congress session was held at Lahore in 1929 under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru. Some decisions were taken. The Congress declared Purna Swaraj as its aim. As we have seen the previous action, the Britishers were not giving any Indian peoples to be the part of parliament or to lead on India. So this Lahore session where the Jawaharlal Nehru has taken the decision that we should have to work for Purna Swaraj, it means full independence, no compromise. It was decided to celebrate 26 January every year as the Independent Day. Don't confuse with this, as this was the day when the Lahore session has declared about it that Purna Swaraj, we will fight for it. So that day, 26 January every year as a Independent Day. It was decided to start the civil disobedience movement for the win of Purna Swaraj. Let's start with the next movement. Mahatma Gandhi realized it and believed that salt could be the powerful symbol to unite the whole nation, because the people use it not according to their need, they use it as according to what it is. They use it as according to their need, not according to their greed. The most of people, including the British, scoffed at the idea. Mahatma Gandhi believes to merge all the people, unite all the people with this salt march. What was this? Abolition of salt tax was among many demands which was raised by Gandhiji through the letter it was given to Viceroy Evan. The Salt March or Dandi March, which is also called as, was started by Gandhiji on 12th March 1930. Please learn it. Salt March, Dandi March was started by Gandhiji on 12th March 1930. He was accompanied by how many volunteers were there? 78 volunteers were there. They walked for 24 days to cover a distance of 240 miles, that is from Sabarmati to Dandi. Many more joined them in the way. On 6th April 1930, Gandhiji ceremonially what he did, he violated the law by taking a feastful of salt. He boiled up over there the salt he made it, and he said that he will not pay the tax, especially of salt. Salt March marked the beginning of civil disobedience movements too. From here the Gandhiji has given message to the people that we are going to run up the next movement and we will not even cooperate to the Britishers. We will go for the civil disobedience, means will not obey any of the policies of government. Thousands of people broke the salt law in different parts of the country. People demonstrated in front of government salt factories that we are not going to pay the taxes. Here you can write some of the features, some of the points, like foreign clothes were boycotted, peasants even they refused to pay the revenues, village officials means government jobs resigned, tribal peoples also started to violate the forest law. As I told you, reserve forest process was there. Now tribals were thinking that through this movement we are going to get the freedom from all colonial powers. These are the photos of Dandi March. We are able to see this, how they have moved from Sabarmati to Dandi. Now in response, when this was going on, do you think that the Britishers will be silent? No. When Gandhiji was on the process of that, we will go for civil disobedience movement, but here the Britishers realized that if we will not give any point or any rest to this movement, so surely in future colonial government will suffer. So colonial government began to arrest the Congress leaders, those who were criticizing to the government. When this led to a violent clashes in many places, Mahatma Gandhi was arrested about a month for this reason, because he was the one who burned the fire of civil disobedience movement in the heart of every people. People began to attack the symbol of Britishers, such as police post, municipal buildings, law courts, railway station. Even though women and children were beaten up, 1 lakh people were arrested for this reason, those who were criticizing to the government, British government. If you remember the martial law also, this was the terrible workout. Now next we will look after the round table conference, when things began to take a violent turn, as we have seen. Now violent, it means Gandhiji will not support. Mahatma Gandhiji call off the movement, signed a pact with Evan, that is the date 5th March 1931. This was called, even though this pact was also called as Gandhi-Evan Pact. As per the pact, what Gandhiji agreed to participate in the round table conference, which was going to be held in London, that he will attain in this regard that the political prisoners will be released. Gandhiji went to London in December 1931. The negotiation broken out. Gandhiji had to return with a disappointment, as he was thinking about this, that under this pact we will get some of the benefit and support from the government. But as he returned back, he announced that the government is not going to support the Congress party. They are saying this is the party which is illegal. When Gandhiji came back to India, he found that most of the leaders were put in jail. As the pact was signed, it was decided that the political prisoners will be released, but the leaders were behind the bar. Even though during this session, round table conference, Congress had been declared as illegal. Many measures were taken to prevent the meeting, demonstration and boycotts. The people should not gather and oppose to the government. Mahatma Gandhi, here he realized it, instead of call of the civil disobedience movement, he realized that I should have to work for again unite the people, and he again re-established, relaunched the civil disobedience movement. And by 1934, the movement had lost its momentum. Why? We'll look after. But before going with this civil disobedience detail, let's go with the difference between the cooperation movement, non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience. Just May 3 marks question answer will be asked for this, so I put the slide here. People refuse to cooperate with the government during the non-cooperation movement, where we are able to see the law broken during the civil disobedience. Non-cooperation not supported and here law broken. Muslim participated in large number in non-cooperation movement, but in civil disobedience movement very less Muslims were there. Here no tax camp was not there in the non-cooperation movement, but here we are able to see the salt tax. So which is people refuse to pay the taxes in civil disobedience movement. So hope this difference is clear to you, where in the civil disobedience movement we not obey the rules, and non-cooperation movement where people not supported to the movement, to the government, that they are not going to support it. So this is what we will look after, these two important points in remarks question answer, non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement. Hope children you are getting about the difference between these two. In the next video we will look after how people participated, and when they participated in this movement of civil disobedience, what was their expectation and why sometimes it is said that its loss is memento, because some of the people were very disappointed when it was firstly called off. We will talk about in detail when it was called off, how the people disappointed and how again they were relaunched the civil disobedience movement. Thank you children. We will look after in detail in the next video.